You're in the trenches with Dave Lapham, brought to you by First Star Logistics in our beautiful studios. And it's time for keys to the game against the Baltimore Ravens. In my mind, this first key is very simple. Saturday night, the night before the game, I'm going to grab a football and I'm going to tuck it high and tight. And I'm going to fall asleep with the football high and tight because it's all about the ball security. Take care of the football. The Baltimore Ravens and Cincinnati Bengals, they've played 51 times. In the 40 games where the turnover margin decided the football game, when the Bengals have been plus, they're 14-3. When the Bengals have been minus, they're 3-20. When it's been even Steven between Baltimore and Cincinnati, it's 7-4 in Cincinnati's favor. Got to win the turnover margin. Got to take care of the football. There's no question about it. I mean, it's a must-have. There's no doubt. Here's on the season. The Bengals have, in their 8 victories, the Bengals have 5 giveaways. In the 6 losses, the Bengals have 16 giveaways. That says it all. When the Cincinnati Bengals have had 1 turnover or less, they're 8-1. When they've got multiple giveaways, they're 0-5. It's all about the football. Take care of the football. The Baltimore Ravens are -9 turnover ratio on the season, 29th out of 32 teams. They've only got 11 takeaways defensively, tied for second fewest. They've got 6 interceptions, tied for 6 interceptions, tied for third fewest. They're not taking the football away. The Bengals cannot give them extra possessions. It's going to be that simple in this football game. Another big key is the running game. The Baltimore Ravens run the football. They're averaging almost 145 yards a game, third best in the NFL. Defensively, they stop the run. A little over 86 yards a game, best in the NFL. That 58.5-yard differential between yards they gain and shutting the opponent's running game down, 58.5 yards a game, more than half a football field. That leads the National Football League. Going to have to run the football offensively, and defensively, you got to tackle. You got to get them on the ground. Baltimore is going to try to pound the rock and win the time of possession. They are number 1 in the National Football League in time of possession, 33 minutes and 19 seconds a game. Fourth down. This is a big reason why they're that way in time of possession. They've converted 14 of 21 fourth downs, 66.7%, 2 out of every 3, second best in the league. Cincinnati, in the game they beat them the first time, they held the Ravens to 1 successful conversion and 4 fourth down opportunities. That's like 3 takeaways. That was a big, big factor in the football game. Another key is third down. Last week against the Denver Broncos, the Bengals only converted 4 third downs. 3 of them were by Joe Burrow's feet and legs. Against the Baltimore Ravens the first time they played, they converted only 4 of 13 third downs, 30.8%. They're going to have to do better than that. Early in the football game, a big factor is getting off to a quick start. And in order to do that, you're going to have to make 3rd and 3 or less and continue to extend drives and stay on the football field. That'll help you get off to a fast start. The Bengals are 5-1 when they score first. They're 7-1 when they lead at halftime. Getting off to a fast start, early conversions on third down, particularly 3rd and 3 or less, you've done a good job getting yourself into a manageable third down situation. You got to convert those third downs against this Baltimore Raven football team. Red zone, Cincinnati Bengals. They went 1 of 5 against the San Francisco 49ers in the red zone. 1 touchdown and 5 red zone opportunities. They went 0 for 2 against the Denver Broncos. They won the football game, but they went 0 for 2 in the red zone. That's 1 for 7 in the last 2 football games. Against the Baltimore Ravens the first time, they went 0 for 2 in the red zone there as well. They won handily. How did they win handily? Explosives. It was all about explosives in that first game against the Baltimore Ravens. And an 82-yard touchdown Jamar Chase had. The Bengals had 8 plays of 25 yards or more. 82-yard touchdown pass to Chase, 55-yard touchdown to C.J. Uzama, 32-yard touchdown to CJ Uzama. Samaje Perine, a 46-yard touchdown run. Joe Mixon, a 21-yard touchdown run. I mean, they had a bunch of explosive plays. And that was kind of like, the makeup that covered blemishes, like third down ineffectiveness, red zone ineffectiveness. You can't necessarily lean on those explosives on a weekly basis. So the Bengals are going to have to pick it up in some of these other categories. Another key that the Bengals have to do up front is sort out the pressure packages. Wink Martindale has got them all. He's got them all. I don't know. He's so injured on the back end. He may play more coverage and less blitz, but he's got that arsenal. He has all those available to him. So if he starts dialing them up, you have to sort them out. No free runners at Joe Burrow. Protect Joe Burrow at all costs. No free runners there. And when they do start to blitz, wide receivers, you have to win in your one-on-one coverages. When the Baltimore Ravens come up as cornerbacks and put their hands on you and try to press coverage, you got to win those. And Joe Burrow will find you. There's no question about it. And finally, special teams. Hidden yards is going to be a big, big deal in this football game. In the first game, the Cincinnati Bengals won field position. Their average drive start was the 31-yard line. The Ravens' average drive start was their 26-yard line. That 5-yard differential. There were 14 possessions in the football game. 14 possessions times 5 yards on the average drive start. You're talking 70 yards of hidden yards, almost 3/4 of a football field. It's a big factor in the game. Baltimore is number 1 in the National Football League returning punts. In fact, they've got a Pro Bowl return man in Duvernay. Going to have to control him. This guy is averaging 14.4 yards per punt return. And as a team, that leads the National Football League. Covering punts, they're 6th in the NFL. Kickoff return, they're 6th in the NFL. Covering kicks, they're 3rd in the NFL. Their special teams are outstanding. They always are. Harbaugh got his start as a special teams coach. Special teams mean the world to Coach John Harbaugh. So his special teams are always going to be ready to play. The actual kickers in the football game, both have been in the Pro Bowl. Sam Cook, Kevin Huber. Who's going to have the best day kicking the football? Kevin Huber was outstanding last week against the Denver Broncos, averaged over 50 yards net per punt, 3 inside the 20, no touchbacks. Kevin Huber dictated field position against the Broncos, put them on a long football field. The Bengals took advantage of that defensively. If the Bengals can put the Ravens on long football fields all the time and then get some short fields themselves, that'd be a big difference in this football game. And then finally, the kickers themselves. Evan McPherson, 9 of 10 from 50 yards and beyond. His 9 field goals of 50 yards or more are already the most in franchise history, and he's done it in 14 games. Justin Tucker is 6 for 6 from 50 and beyond. Justin Tucker is tied for the most field goals made from 50 yards and beyond in a single season with 10. He's done that with a couple of other kickers. McPherson could hopefully set the record maybe against Justin Tucker this weekend when he's playing against him. Maybe he could break that record of 10 that Justin Tucker holds with others. The place kickers are phenomenal. They got 2 great ones. If it comes down to a field goal at the gun, both coaches have to feel good about who they're running out there to make that pressure kick. So we talked about a lot of keys: offensively, defensively, and special teams. And that's what it's going to come down to. Who's going to play the most complete game? Who's going to play complementary football? This football game is going to come down to both teams are going to make plays. Which team avoids the catastrophic mistake? That's what it boils down. That's going to be the rubber meeting the road right there. If you do make a mistake, the team that can put it aside the soonest and move on and forget about it has the best chance to win the football game. You can't let one bad play turn into 2 or 3. If that happens, your whole football team is infected. Now you got problems. Can't wait to see this football game. This is going to be AFC North football at its best. Man, you look at it, the Baltimore Ravens, 7 games decided by 3 points or less. 7 of them, they're 4-3. They've lost 3 in a row by a total of 4 points. 2 points, 1 point, 1 point. The Bengals haven't lost 3 in a row all season long, by the way. So the Ravens are in the midst of a 3-game losing streak. Can the Bengals make it 4 in a row? Can the Bengals get a 2-game winning streak going as they try to finish off the playoff push and win the AFC North? If they beat the Baltimore Ravens Sunday, they take a big, strong foothold on winning the AFC North. At that point in time, you're 4-1 in the division. Very, very positive potential tiebreakers.
At First Star Logistics, we're a very strict company that really puts the pressure on our employees. Brakes? What are those?
That's what I'm talking about, Icky. Get the body right, then the mind's right. You know,
gotta get that body right.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Become a star with a chance to earn the highest commission percentages in the industry as a freight broker agent. Check out firststarlogistics.com.